Okay, folks, Dragonfire is back and he's doing it again, messing with his darts. Now, if anybody knows me, you will know that I was born and raised in England. I grew up with all the stories of King Arthur, Lancelot, Guinevere, and of course, my all-time hero, Merlin. And of course, involved in that was lots and lots of dragons, and hence my dart nickname, Dragonfire. So I've always wanted to have a rainbow effect on my darts, going back to the dragon scale effect kind of thing. And I've been using rainbow points for quite some time now. But the only rainbow darts I could find were made by Unicorn in the style that I like. That would be, straight barrels, perfectly parallel. It's the way I like them. But those darts are no longer available. So I did a little research quite some time ago now and found out you could put your own rainbow effect on your darts. Now, Thornton Darts does a short video on this. I watched that again just to make sure I was doing it right. But he uses his gas stove. What I did was I borrowed my wife's little torch. It has a can on it probably about this tall and maybe like this around. You can get them in hobby stores or you can get them at the big box, tool stores. So this is what I did. And I'm going to adjust my camera now and I'm going to show you. When I was in England, I did get my sister-in-law to buy me a couple of sets of Navigator 3s made by Winmos. They were cheap, so rather than getting them shipped over to the US, since I was going to the UK, she picked me up a couple of sets. And this is what, there you go, Navigator 3s. Might come a little backwards on your screen, but they're 23 grams. So let me adjust my camera and you'll see what I did. I'm going to have to take off my virtual background here. Okay, so here are a set of navigators. Now, because of the camera and the lights and stuff, they appear untouched. They look silver like they came out of the box, but they're not actually. This one is actually black. I heated this up with a torch. Of course, I held them with a set of needle nose pliers. Actually, I used vice grips to hold them and started heating them up. This one was the first one I did. I was just playing with it, seeing how far it would go. And I heated it up. I saw the colors come. I kept on heating it and it went black. So that gave me an indication of what I needed to do. The next one I did wasn't quite so much heated up. You can still see it's not quite black. Yeah, you can, if I move it around, you can just see some of the colors on there. But it was still fairly dark and the colors were not very distinctive, separated from each other. And here's the third one. It did not quite heat it up as much as the second one. So that was my first set. And like I said, I have two sets of these. And so here's my second set, which I did not quite heated up as much. And you can see the rainbow effect on those darts. They're all pretty much the same. Turn them around so you can see the colors on there. Not a bad job. Like Thornton Dart says, there's a guy in Japan, I think, he does this much better. But for me, that's good enough. And one thing about a torch, when you light up a torch, you see out of the nozzle, there's a blue cone. Actually, that blue cone is cold. You can actually put a match head in there and it will not fire up the match head. Just beyond the tip of that cone is where the heat is. And that's what you do. You use them to heat it up. And let me see if I'll just use another dart. What I did was, there was actually some paint in these 3 grooves right here that burned off. If you got a whole set of, if your dart's wholly painted, like Thornton Dart says, clean it off first, because you might have some noxious fumes. But I started at this end, heated up. And of course, when you heat this end up, the whole dart is getting hot too. So don't, hold your dart right here and think you're gonna move it later. So once this started to discolor, I gradually moved the torch, the tip of the flame, down to there until it was all colored. Then immediately drop it in some ice water. I have a little tray with some water and a bunch of ice cubes in there. That will stop the heating process. It won't go any further. And there you have it. And that pretty nice set of, those Navigator 3s probably cost 15 pounds, if that. So that would be like, I think I paid their conversion to US is like $25 a piece. Not a problem. So actually what I'm going to do now, I'll have actually 5 sets of dart, but what I'll probably do is I'll take these, and the first set I did, make them all black, and I'll have 2 different sets with 2 different colors. So there you have it. Messing with my darts again, and we'll see you later.